Hey everybody, Mark from Northeast Bass Fishing. How you guys doing? Well, one of my subscribers asked me the other day, was looking for a video I had done on the Zoom Horny Toad. He said, Mark, did you do a bait and focus on the Zoom Horny Toad? And I didn't think I did. And then I found the video he was referring to, and I just was talking about frogs in general. So I was like, you know what? I haven't done a bait and focus on the Zoom Horny Toad, one of my favorite topwater baits. And I figured, why not do it? So I had like, I had like 4 boxes of them, pretty much all of them, of the horny toads in my boat. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think I really need all 4 boxes at once. So I figured, let me bring them back down here in the tackle room, and I'll do a quick video, quick video, yeah, bait and focus video that's gonna be quick when they have like 50 colors on the Zoom Horny Toad. So if you guys are new to my channel, or you're new to bass fishing and you don't know what the Zoom Horny Toad is, it is just a soft plastic frog that is just a fantastic topwater bait. And we'll talk about the different colors that I've got here. I've got 4 boxes of different colors. On Land Big Fish, I don't know how many colors they have. Land Big Fish is usually your go-to for Zoom baits, and they have sales all the time, so I'll try to match up their list with what I've got here. Some of them, most of these I'll probably I'll remember most of the colors, some I'll forget, but I'll do my best just so you guys know what you're looking for. But you know, it's a soft plastic frog, and I rigged this with a 4-aught hook. I'll show you the hooks I use and the setup I have, and it's great. It's just a fantastic bite. I actually have one here in a bag that that's the Okeechobee Cross. Oh, I definitely remember that color. If you guys have never seen the Zoom Horny Toad before, there you go. That Okeechobee Craw, it's like everybody's Okeechobee Craw. You've got the sapphire blue on one side. You've got the green pumpkin with some blue flake on the other side. There is not a color here that I'll show you that won't catch them. I think it's more the action of these little legs going across the surface. It's almost like a finesse buzzbait, but these little legs just going across the surface, making that little bit of gurgling sound, a little bit of, and they just come up and absolutely hammer it. Now, last summer was when I did a video talking about this, and I hadn't thrown it in a few years. And after that video, I was like, yeah, let me try it, and I did great. This year it's been good, not as good as last year, but I think it's going to start picking up as it gets a little cooler out. And I throw it every time I go out. I did throw it on Tuesday, or what's today? Today is Monday. Last Thursday I threw it, and I had a couple little blow-ups, but nothing significant. But I think as it cools down a little bit, I think this will really start to pick up a little bit before we get into some serious fall fishing. And I kind of put the topwater stuff like this away. But if you guys haven't seen, you know, the Zoom Horny Toad before, there it is. And there's other ones out there. If you guys check out my other video on topwater frogs, I talk about all of them. There's a bunch I like. They're all kind of the same type of body. They don't really change that much. I think they're all good. I like them all. I've been throwing that one from Fat Pack Baits lately and doing very well on it, so it's a good one too. But this video is about the Zoom Horny Toad. So let's go through how I rig a horny toad. Now, first I've got to take the Fat Pack Baits toad off, because this video is not for you guys. So we're talking about the Zoom Horny Toad here today, not the Swamp Lord or Swamp Toad, or whatever they call it. But what I use, and I have a couple packs here, this is a 4-aught, and this is that Superline EWG from Gamakatsu, the Gami hook. I like a 4-aught with the Horny Toad. It just seems to fit perfectly. To me, the 3 is a little small, the 5 is a little too big, the 4 is kind of perfect. And it's a heavy wire hook. So when you're throwing this out around heavy cover, when they get it, they are not going to bend that hook out. If you catch a fish that bends this hook out, that's a pretty darn big fish. But that's how I set it up. That's just that 4-aught hook. I Texas rig it, and I'll show you how I rig it in a sec. This, I believe, is 30-pound Power Pro braid. I like braid. I have it on one of my Lew's reels. 30-pound braid, and this is just one of my old Castaway flipping sticks. I believe it's a 7.6 heavy. Let's see. Where does it say it on there? I believe it's a 7. I know it's a 7.6, but I don't remember if it's heavy or medium heavy. 7.6, flipping and pitching rod. I believe it's a heavy rod. It doesn't say on there, at least I don't see it. But I prefer a heavy rod when I'm frog fishing. And you can get away with medium heavy for certain. And I tend to throw this horny toad not in super heavy cover. That I'll just use a hollow body frog for. But you know, it's just a castaway 7.6. It's a collapsible. Well, I can't even say that word. Collapsible. I don't think that sounds right. You get it. 7.6 foot rod, heavy flipping pitching stick. That's what I like to use for my frog fishing. And I like that 30-pound braid because I can make really long casts. And with that hook and that soft plastic, it goes pretty far. And then just slowly work it across the top, and you'll see these little legs going across the surface. These are making all the motion. They'll just come up and hammer it. And it's usually a very good hook set. I don't miss a lot of fish on the horny toad. If I do, sometimes it's just a gator, a pickerel coming out and trying to hit that at the legs. But I've got some of the red ones that I use sometimes, and I've got some of just the regular nickel ones. But a 4/0 Superline EWG hook, into my opinion, is the way to go. There's other types of hooks. There's screw-on types you can use. If you guys like that, if there's a hook, you know, that I'm not talking about that you like, stick with it. That's just what I like to use. But if you're new to, you know, throwing a frog, the setup is important. You don't want too wimpy of a rod. You don't want too wimpy of line. I'm making a mess here. Everything's falling off the table. So, you know, at least 30-pound braid, 4/0, extra wide gap, EWG, Superline hook. It's a thick, heavy hook. And when you rig them up, actually, I'll use this Okeechobee. You're just going to Texas rig it. These are pretty durable. Now, when you start catching a bunch of fish, eventually this area will rip up. Sometimes I've got a ton of them, but sometimes I'll keep them and maybe glue that. But you know what? They're not super expensive. They're like $5 for a pack. And whenever somebody has a sale, Land Big Fish has a sale all the time. You can pick them up for even cheaper. But just Texas rig it. So go right through the snout. And I go right before there's that little slit on the bottom. I want to keep it in the meat of the plastic. So I kind of just go to where that hook starts to bend. And then pop it through. And then turn your hook around. And then what this has, it has a nice slot on the bottom, so you can just match it up with that slot, bend your bait, pop it through. And so now I have it. A lot of times I can just let it sit there and it's pretty weedless. But if you're in heavier type cover, then you can just kind of skin hook it, keep it really weedless. And that's it. Just chuck it out. Now what I'll do is when I throw it out, sometimes it'll hit it the second it hits the water. What I'll do is I'll throw it out, because sometimes it'll land like this, which really doesn't matter, quite frankly, because it'll still swim. If I let it kind of sit just for like a second or two, it'll keel over the way it's supposed to be. It'll kind of flip over. The weight of that hook will kind of bend it. Because you'll see, especially if you use ones that have a lighter belly, you'll say, oh, I can see that light belly part is on the top. Now, if they hit it, they're still going to get caught. I don't think it makes a super ton of difference, but I always just wait that 1 or 2 seconds, because it hits the water, and if it hits like that, and then eventually that weight of that hook will just kind of go, and you'll see it kind of flip over, and then reel it back to the boat, and then those legs will start going, and they'll hit it. But that's it, guys. It's as simple as that. Easy rigging. Just make sure you've got the right line, the right hook, heavy rod. I like, obviously casting stuff. I can make long casts with these, and it's such fun fishing. It's really, I know I've said it many times. My rod's stuck on everything here. Man, I'm getting hooked on everything here. But I got line everywhere, frogs everywhere. But that is how you rig up the Zoom Horny Toad. So if you guys are ready to take a deep dive into the different colors they have, there's what it looks like in the pack. There's your hooks that I prefer. If you guys like those frog hooks that have the screw on, use them. I've used them sometimes. I just like those better. But I'm going to try to match up the colors I see on the, I don't know if I can do it because I've got 4 boxes. So here's the lighter colors. I kind of have those lighter colors, some reds, the pinks there in the one box. This is kind of a mix of some of the swirl colors, some of the greens, blues, some of the newer colors that have come out in recent years. I'll try to do this as organized as I can. Most of the colors are pretty obvious. This is usually the box that goes in the boat because these are the color patterns I prefer to throw. As I said earlier, any single one of these will work. I think it's the action, not so much the color of the bait, because it's a reaction strike. I don't think a bass is seeing those legs going across the water and goes, oh no, what's that? I don't know of anything swimming around in this lake that is June bug with a chartreuse legs. They're reacting to the action of that bait. But these are like the darker colors I have in here. So I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna go through these as quickly as possible. Some of these colors may be discontinued, and I'll see if I can match them up just so you know what color we're talking about. And if there's a particular color I go through quick, you want to hear more about it later, just let me know. I could definitely do another video on it, but I'm going in alphabetical order on land big fish, and I think I just saw the avocado color. So I'm going to do this the best I can without hopefully knocking everything over. All right, I believe, and I might be wrong on some of these, that avocado color from land big fish, I believe that's it. And what the avocado color is, I can't talk today, it's like a dark pumpkin, green pumpkin, watermelon, but a dark one, you know, a dark green bait, and it's got red flake in it. So I'm pretty sure that's their avocado. If I mix one of these up, you know, you guys might know better than I do, because I do forget some of these color names. The next one, of course, now the site's gonna go away. That birthday cake is like, I like the white ones, the light color patterns. They do work well. And this is just another version of it. It's like a pearl, but it's got a whole bunch of different flake in there. That's their birthday cake color. It's got like a green flake, a blue flake, some purple, maybe red too, or gold, but it's a whole bunch of, it's like a white bait with a bunch of flakes. So if that birthday cake color is something you were interested in, there it is there. And remember, all these work. All these work. If you got a favorite color, stick with it. You don't need to be crazy like me and have every single color they make. And now they have a bunch of their darker colors, which will be for this box right here. Just plain old black. Let me get this box up here right. This is a great color. Can't go wrong with that. Shows up well on top of the water. If you're night fishing, that might be a nice option for you. Especially if it's a full moon, they'll see that silhouette of that black, you know, frog going across the top. Straight black is always a good option. Let's see, black with a blue tail. I believe that's this guy right here. So if you want a little blue on the tail there, black with the blue tail is a good choice. One thing about Zoom is they always have a ton of colors, which is not great for a person like me. All right, I believe this is the one they call Black Christmas, or Black Christmas, my God. Black Chartreuse. Black with the chartreuse legs. I'd remember that one even if I didn't have the pictures right in front of me here. But if you want to add a little chartreuse to it with that black body bait, that's a nice option right there. Black light, I believe, is this guy right here. It's like black with a little purple. So if you want a little purple added to it, you've got that option from Zoom. Black sapphire, I believe, is this guy right here. It's like a black blue, but it's the blue is more, it's not just the tail or the legs. It's the you know, the whole body. It's got like that blue sapphire swirl in there. Black white swirl, I just saw that. That's right here. So if you like those swirl colors, they've got that. Got a little bit of everything. Black yellow swirl is probably near it. Sometimes I'm smart. So if you want black with a little yellow there, show them something different. Got that option. The bubblegum color, an excellent option. Shows up great in the water. Smallmouth hate pink baits, so maybe you'll even catch some smallies throwing the frog. I don't usually catch much as far as smallmouth go throwing a horny toad, but you never know. They might try to kill that pink bait. The bull bream color is a really cool one. Let me see if I remember where that is. I think that's probably in my go-to box. But it looks so much like some of the other colors that I might mix it up. I'm going to do my best. I believe, and I'm not 100% sure, I believe this, no, I'm not so sure once I pick it up. Well, you know what? I think that's bull bream right there. It's got all those different flakes in there, and it looks a lot like the picture. So I like these greens, these natural colors. I prefer those, but it doesn't matter. They're all good. It's the action of the bait. I just tend to, gravitate towards those colors, like this bull bream, the bullfrog color, which is a color I really like. I believe that's this guy here. There's so many of them that look the same, as you guys will see. Glimmer blue. It's a newer color, I think. And I don't think there's any colors that, shockingly, that I don't have. Yeah, here's the glimmer blue. A really good, that water's a little darker. You want to show it up well with a lighter color, but it has a little blue hue to it. It's got that black flake in there. It's always a good color. Good old green pumpkin. I know I just saw that there. Just plain old green pumpkin. And if I just throw the green pumpkin one, which is fine, I'll take, and I've talked about this in other videos, I'll take some of that orange dye or chartreuse dye, just put it right here on these little tips of the paddles there. Just give it a little color there. And you could just take that dye marker, and sometimes I'll just draw a line, a chartreuse line straight down the underneath, and just put a little here, just to give them something to see. Change it up a little. Green pumpkin and blue flash. Don't think it's that one. I mean, I guess it could be that guy, but I thought that was a different color. That might be the green pumpkin blue flash, or it might be this guy right here. I'm gonna, as I go through here, if I see a color that's the same, I'll probably be able to tell better. Green pumpkin candy. That's one of these two here that look a lot like it. But green pumpkin candy is a good, I know one of them's a watermelon. I think that's the watermelon. I think that's the green pumpkin. I love that color. Add a little, orange or chartreuse to that tail. Green pumpkin, purple and gold. That's probably this guy here, because that looks like purple and gold flake in there. So green pumpkin, purple and gold. You like your green pumpkin, you want to add a little flake to it. That's a good choice. Green pumpkin red. That's this guy right here. Can't go wrong with that. It's also got some black flake in there. Green pumpkin red. That's one I showed you before. Kind of took a quick look at it when I was showing you other colors. That green pumpkin tomato. That green pumpkin, it's got a little red to it. Just to show them, if you want to show them something different, they have lots of cool options. Gray ghost. I believe that is this guy. That's an old one. That's one of the first old packs I have. Gray ghost. I remember when I first got that one. Ham bone color is like an off-white. It's like a white, but it's like a duller white. It's not like white pearl. That's a cool one. The icicle color, if you want to get a little more silver in there, a little more flash. The methylate color, or methylate. It's always a good option. I don't know why fish like that color in baits. I don't get it. Okeechobee Croy I showed you. I also have it here in the box. I have the one bag there of it. That's the Okeechobee Croy. You've got the green pumpkin, and you've got the sapphire blue. This one's actually more bluish than green pumpkinish. They're all a little different, even though, they show the green pumpkin a little more. Good color. Rocky Top. I don't know if I've thrown this one yet. I know I got it over the winter when I was wanted to try some new colors. I should chuck that one around, but like I said, I'm sure they'll eat it. They like every color that I've ever thrown. I've never had them turn their nose up to, and thought the color was the problem. This is a cool one, that South African Special. Very popular color in a lot of their baits. Really cool frog color with all that different flake in there. Looks neat in the water. Sungill, this is one of my favorite ones. I always mix it up the sungill with the watermelon cross. So I hope I show you the right one. I almost want to get some, like I believe this is the sungill color. But a lot of these like watermelons with the flakes in them, to me, they look the same. Tree frog, that's a cool one. That's an obvious one. It's got a little red in it. It's got some chartreuse on the bottom. The green flappers are great. Watermelon candy. So I showed you the green pumpkin candy. There's the watermelon candy right next to it. A little different green. The watermelon crawfish is a real good color. I believe this is the watermelon crawfish. This is one I really like because it's got that orange on there and that chartreuse on the legs. This is one of my favorites, but I've got this one right next to it. To me, it kind of looks the same, so I don't know if I've mixed. I might just have two sections of the same bait because they do look very similar, but that watermelon crawfish is a real good one. Watermelon moon dust. I believe this one is the watermelon moon dust. The one I showed you earlier, thinking it was that green pumpkin blue. I think that's this guy. I think that's the green pumpkin blue. I believe that's the watermelon. Now, I could be completely opposite. Maybe this is the watermelon moon dust, and maybe this is the green pumpkin blue. So, one of those, if you like either one of them, that's what they look like. Watermelon red. No, I saw that somewhere here. Here we go. Good old watermelon red. Another great color. The watermelons, the green pumpkins, they're all real good. The watermelon red pearl. Now that is a really good color. That is a really good color because I do very well with this. You've got the, you know, that brownish top to it, and then you've got that white underneath. This one works really good. I've got a bunch of those in there. I throw this color a lot. I really like it. One of my top fives, I'd say, if I was gonna have to pick colors, and just pick 5 of them. And let's see, just good old watermelon. I would probably paint up those feet a little bit there, those little flappers, and put a little color to it. And last but not least, one you've got to have. Sometimes it's the best one, and that's just white pearl or white, whatever you want to call it. I've only got a couple left because I throw this color a lot. This one, I can just feel it. This one's been glued together, but you got to have a white color. They work so good. Shows up perfectly in the water. What it looks like, I don't know, but I think it's a dying bait fish. Like I said, it's the action of the bait. And that, my friends, shockingly, I don't think I did too bad there. I don't think I mixed any of the colors up, but I'll show you these boxes again. That's all the colors that are on land big fish. I've got a ton. So, like I said, that's the lighter colors, some reds. This box has my darker colors in it. Some June bugs. This is a color here. This is an old color. I don't know what they called it. They don't make it anymore. I just happened to have it when I was organizing these. And I don't know if they did a straight June bug anymore, or maybe I missed it when I went through the list. I don't know. You know what? Let me just take a quick peek there. Yeah, I must have missed it. I don't know if I showed you that. I probably did and I just forgot. But they do have straight June bug. I just don't remember saying it. But there's the darker colors. All work excellent. Show up well in the water. This is my go-to box. Has all the natural colors I like to throw. All these different watermelons and chartreuses and the gold flakes and the different flakes in them. If I'm going out, this is the box. And when I go out tomorrow, this is the box that will be in the boat. I like all these. They all catch fish. It's just my confidence box if I had one for the Zoom horny toad. But that being said, again, if I just had that Okeechobee craw, I'd be fine. Any of these boxes of baits are going to produce. And it's one of those things where, I mean, unless they're really, unless it's just a banner frog day and they're just destroying it all day long, it's not a bait I go through a lot of. You know, I catch fit, you know, unless it's a crazy, crazy day and I'm just getting bite after bite after bite and the pickerel are really going after it. It's pretty durable. I'm not really changing baits throughout the day. I go through 1, maybe 2. If I go through, you know, more than 2, it's been a great frog day. So get this line over again and show you, but that's it, guys. That is the Zoom horny toad. Excellent topwater bait. Can't tell you how many fish I've caught on, how much I love this bait. If you haven't tried it, you like throwing topwater, which who doesn't, give it a try. It's an easy bait to rig up. Get yourself a super line hook, 4/0, I suggest. Some 30-pound, or if you like heavier, go for it. To me, the 30 casts better. I could get away with 20, I'm sure. And work this around your weedy areas, your shorelines. Throw it and let it swim next to your docks, and have it coming next to a nice dock or a pontoon boat, just swimming along there. They'll come out and just hammer it. If I have super heavy, thick, cheese matted, I don't prefer this. I like this when it's kind of scattered pads. There's openings in the pads, outside of weed lines. It can be heavy cover, but I want it to have some open water. It can be, submerged in vegetation, and I go over the top of it. If I've got super heavy, thick, matted weeds, that's when I'm going with the hollow body frog, like my live target frog or any of the other ones I like to use. And that is a whole nother discussion. But this video is dedicated to the Zoom horny toad. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Any questions? If there's a color you guys want to see, I might have mixed a couple of those green pumpkins and watermelons up because they look so similar. Get a few colors. I would really, if you're thinking of doing it, you've never done it before, I get the black and the white. Definitely start with those two. I love that watermelon red pearl. I think that's a great one. That watermelon crawfish is an excellent one. The sungill is an excellent one. The tree frog is very good. They're all good. The ham bone color, green pumpkin pearl is excellent. They're all good. There's the bullfrog color, the straight black, the black with the chartreuse, any of them. They're all good. They won't break the bank. I think Tackle Warehouse is having a sale now, 20%, so I'm sure they're having their Zoom stuffs on sale. Land Big Fish just ended the sale. They had a summer sale. I'm sure they're going to do their Labor Day sale like everybody's going to do in the next week or two. And it's, you'll get a 5-pack for like, $4.50, $5. When there's a sale, it'll probably be under $5. They're pretty durable. It's a strong plastic bait. If you tear these up, you're having a good day, and that's a good thing. If I go through a whole bag of frogs in one day, or a whole color, that's a good day of frog fishing. But, throw it out there, long casts, let it hit the water, let it sit that 1 or 2 seconds. You'll see it flop over. If it flops over on its side, it'll keel down and get straight, and then it'll just slowly come back to the boat, and you'll see these little feet just making that gurgling sound. It's like a little finessey buzzbait. And if it's coming back upside down, it doesn't matter. It's still going to make the same action. But if you let it sit, like I said, it most of the time they'll just go boop and pop over and be running right where you want it. So give it a shot. Give it a shot. I highly recommend. If you have not done it, give it a shot. It's a great bite. It's one of the best topwater bites because they come flying up and just hammer it, and hammer it, and this bait just goes boop, and that hook goes right in. They almost catch themselves when they hit it hard. But that's it, guys. That is the Zoom horny toad frog style topwater bait, 4 1/4 inch bait, as you heard and saw. Tons of different colors from Zoom, and give them a try if you haven't done it. And there's those hooks again. I'll show you one more time before I end this video. And there's what the packaging looks like. Every now and then I'll throw in a pack or two when I make an order, just of colors I'm running out of that I like to throw. But it's really a lot of fun and a very effective bait. And this time of year, it's a good time to throw it. Good time to throw it. But that's it. So any questions, please let me know. If there's a color you guys want to see more of, let me know. Please like the video. Please share it. If you guys are new to my channel, please subscribe. I am Mark. This is Northeast Bass Fishing, and I will see you guys soon on YouTube. Mark out.